Good evening, and thanks for joining us on the fake TV channel Lost Begotten. I am Sean, and this is Kira. We are pressing the record button tonight to talk about charity, to talk about money. It just occurred to me, kind of a random thought. Hey, I'm going to record a video, kind of video. Okay? Deal with it.
Welcome to our crazy world. Where we're the stars.
Fake TV stars, oh yeah. Whatever. So, money. What would you do? What's the first thing that comes to mind? And I'm talking to my good subscribers here. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of what you would do if you hit the lottery or had a business idea that paid off and you just had all kinds of money? Okay. You're probably picturing, I hope you're picturing, something similar to what I would picture, which is like set up some homeless shelters and help after school programs and charities and
All kinds of charities. Helping people who are in need. Battered women.
there you go.
Battered
One
women.
you just mentioned earlier. What was it you saw some news about?
Oh, I found out today that we have a battered women's shelter in Baton Rouge. Would have been useful information for me about 5 years ago. Or last 5 to 10 years ago. But we won't go there.
Before I found her again, rescued her.
Yes. We're not going to relive that, especially not this week.
The point is, there's a lot of different charities in your local area that you should be looking for to plan your future around. Okay? If you want success and stability in life, okay, I'm gonna have a Joel Osteen moment. Okay, if you want success and stability in your life, my friends, don't accept the Oprah Jesus or Joel Osteen version of the fucking story.
The power of Christ compels you. Sorry.
Benny Hinn, let the bodies hit the floor. Oh, okay.
Oh,
If you haven't seen that, the let the bodies hit the floor Benny Hinn thing, I don't care who you are, what you believe. That is some funny shit right there. Okay, because yeah. No, just no. Yeah. No.
Wrong.
Yeah, like that's just distracting how far off from anything that should be going on at church those fucking people are. But anyways, what you should do as far as what you want, as far as what you want with money, you should want to do good with that money. You shouldn't do good and expect more money. No movements. It's fucking bass backwards, okay?
Bass backwards. These are the jokes, folks.
You're supposed to want money to do good things with. Not, I want to do good things so I can get more money. Congratulations, you're a fucking car business. You know, you're a used car lot. If you think like that, you might as well just go sell some fucking broken down vehicles for fucking way more than they're worth, because that's what you are. You've become a used car salesman to your own fucking self.
Money's evil in general, but you know, I think that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day.
Okay, so let's picture a whole new reality. Say the message that I'm trying to get out there actually makes it. Say the world actually changes. Say the bullshit veil gets dug the fuck out of. Okay? And, you know, I'll take showers and lots of, like, you know, scented soap. And
Forget to wash our
yes, yes.
ladies, the
Lots
hairy
of
arm.
bullshit
Wait,
crusted.
just
Yeah, speaking of
time
bullshit
out.
crusted in armpits.
Yeah, this hairy armpit thing that's been going on Facebook. Just no. Just, I mean, I'm almost as feminist as they come. I would burn my bra if I didn't need it to support myself. But the hairy armpits, that's not kosher, ladies. Please, that's just no. Nobody wants to see that. Sorry.
You remember on Braveheart when the old bastard said, "The problem with Scotland is that it's full of Scots." Do you think maybe there's some person in Russian intelligence who might have had the notion that, oh, feminism is another thing that we could infiltrate and take advantage of? Because, well, a guaranteed way to reduce the virility of your enemy, guaranteed way to make America less capable of defending itself, is to ensure non-successful breeding. And I'm not sitting there talking some crazy pro-eugenics stance, but by denying your sexuality, for instance, okay, and I'm not speaking blanketly because I'm not homophobic, I'm not anti-gay in any sense, okay. If you're born with an excessive amount of estrogen as a man, you should probably be gay if you like boys and whatnot, okay. I don't know, I don't have those things, experiences, chemicals, whatever.
Speaking of which,
The point being,
shame
one
on.
second, 1 second. The point being, if you're a girl and you want prosperity for your posterity, you should try to get the best man possible. If you're a man and you want prosperity for your posterity, you should want to get the best woman possible. Okay? And there's a lot of little subtle ways, like women shouldn't shave their armpits anymore, that are just trying to make people who pride themselves on intellectuality make mistakes purely for the sake of intellectuality. Okay? You want to feel like you're smarter than everybody else, so you're doing something that's counterproductive. Yeah, maybe it feels like you're empowered to not shave your armpits, but you know what would feel more empowering? Finding the perfect husband
Or wife.
or wife.
And just for the record, I think it was North Carolina. Shame on you. Shame on the House and the Senate of North Carolina. Did you hear about that today?
Whatever.
So, the governor vetoed the bill that said that people have the right to not serve gay and lesbian couples. They don't have to recognize marriage. They don't have to marry same-sex couples. And the House and the Senate overturned the veto by a vote of 63-7, if I'm not mistaken. Shame on you.
Where?
North Carolina.
I'll get ready. What was the some new information was released on the hacking that Russia did. What was it, a week ago?
They hacked into and have. For those of you who haven't been keeping up with the news and are a former federal employee or a current federal employee, it has been released that your social security numbers have been stolen. Hundreds of thousands of social security numbers have been stolen. Former and current federal employees.
Yeah, so everybody thinks the Freemasons are the ones that are out to get them.
They're your friend.
Right? I've had personal issues with some of the Freemasons I've known in person. When I was offered to become a Freemason, I regret my choice of words, but I don't regret my decision. I told him I don't need to join a little club because I'm my own man and I can stand on my own 2 fucking feet and fight my own battles. Okay, but I should have been more respectful about it. I was already at that age becoming a victim to propaganda. And I realize that now. And I hope more people realize that soon. Because, man, Jacob Regenbogen, if you happen to be watching this, sorry for the disrespect.
That sort of thing happens from time.
And what you gonna do? I was a 15-year-old capable of beating the shit out of multiple fucking adult men. I didn't feel the need to take shit from anybody. What you gonna do? You know, I mean, I can't just be in denial of that part of my life.
I won't let him.
Yeah, can't be in denial in general around here, no matter how convenient it would be. Speaking of Jeremy Clarkson impressions,
Oh, praise Jeebus.
Netflix, Clarkson, Man, Hammond are getting their own show, possibly, likely, maybe, perhaps in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, power.
Yes, 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 yes.
So, to all the people who have been thinking happy thoughts along those lines, thank you and congratulations.
Mm-hmm. They're back. So what else has been going on in the news? I've been working a lot lately. I haven't been watching it too often.
I don't know, but I wanted to make sure I've got the freaking
Cherries.
moral of the story out.
Cherries.
Okay. So,
Leadership.
you picture this one, yeah. Leadership. Oh. You picture this one reality that we're in right now. What would you do if you had a winning lottery ticket? What would you do if you had a business deal that just put you where you could dream of being? Could only dream of being. Think about all the good that you feel like in your heart that you would need to do with it. Now, test yourself right now. What would you do if we won and the world was fine? There was no more hunger. There was no more need. There was, occasional shit happening, but no organized conspiracy of division. No divide and conquer being actively pursued by the biggest nation on the planet.
Wouldn't money become obsolete at that point, though?
No, because you still make shit, still do shit, still have fun, still have car accidents. You know, shit happens. I'm saying shit happens. I don't want shit not to happen. That would just be fucking boring. Imagine only having one video game, and the cheat codes were always on.
What the hell would you want to do that for?
Right. That's what people seem to want from me. I'm not going to give it to you. Ever.
Wrong.
Yes,
wrong. You're wrong.
Wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah. So, anyway, what I would want, just a little piece of land with a little car repair shop on it, nearby a racetrack that I had like a percentage of ownership. I would want to own the whole racetrack, because I'm not greedy. But I would want to be like able to go there all the time and play in the go-karts and be like, yes, it's my place. Well, welcome. Yeah. That's just fun. You can't fucking deny it. That's just a fun idea. But that's like literally as far as I would want to. Like, I've had other dreams in my life. I've had the big male power fantasy,
Big house, supercar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'll tell you what.
Fuck that. I'd rather build my own fucking little track day cars. I want to build something with a motorcycle engine and the exhaust is the frame. You're saying different?
Well, would you like to know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would have 2 pieces of land. I would have one piece of land to have a battered women's shelter, because let's face it, people suck in general a lot of the time.
Wait, is this that to be like if you hit the lottery now?
Yeah, if I hit the lottery now. If I hit the lottery now, I would open up a battered women's shelter, and I would open up an animal sanctuary.
Yeah, we want to do that one day, anyways, if we can.
Mm-hmm. Both ideas.
Yeah, I'm hoping to kind of broker some deals in the future to help out on more of a national level with both battered women's shelter and an idea I've had for a long time about setting up affordable housing next door to high schools so that people with good grades and bad families can finish school. When I uh, when I was 17 years old, I was already paying my own rent. In my last 2 years of high school, I was in all the honors classes, making a 3.8 GPA, missing about 40 days out of the year. My gifted math teacher had written a letter to the Board of Education requesting that I be exempt from the attendance requirements due to my, you know, yeah, due to my situation. But ever since then, every time I've met somebody, especially like single mothers, okay, girl gets knocked up in high school, you blame her, but you ain't fucking fixing no damn problem, okay? Girls get kicked out. Sometimes their parents can't even afford to take care of them and the kid. Sometimes disagreements happen and parents and children just can't get along for a while and they need to be separate, okay? But that single mother shouldn't have her future ruined because of one or two mistakes. And one day I would like to coordinate with some people I already know and hopefully some new friends that will help set up like a high school housing. I think it'd be good just for America in general.
Agreed. People's education shouldn't suffer because of their situation.
So what would you I kind of already know. What would you want to happen if we didn't need any battered women's shelters or homeless shelters anymore? If the government actually works because there weren't people actively trying to destroy it and keep it from working.
You know what? I don't want for anything in
Right?
my life. I have a wonderful family. I love my job. I have a great boss. I have awesome coworkers, which if any of y'all are watching this, I love y'all. They keep me going through the day. They keep me laughing. I have very few friends that I keep very close that are very near and dear to my heart. I find myself to be very rich already. I like the car out of car lot idea with you, but
That's just fun.
that's just for fun. I
We,
want for
we've
nothing.
both sold cars, both briefly, relatively briefly, more briefly for her than me.
Yeah, that was
But
not my fault.
no, it wasn't. Um, but one of the issues that I know that I can personally help with and have fun doing it with my hands and getting greasy and dirty is imagine actual used cars that were reliable. Like I just want to like fix up some things to help people out with it. And
Affordable,
I like Hondas. I really trust Hondas.
affordable, safe cars, especially again bringing up the whole single mother thing again.
Right.
Doctor's appointments for your kids, grocery shopping trips, something that's decent, reliable, but affordable.
I can go to a junkyard and buy some blown motor Hondas, get a 30,000 mile swap from Japan, put them in there. Damn thing goes faster, runs better than it ever did before. Swap out the suspension, swap out steerings, brakes. You got basically a brand new mechanical car. I don't give them away, but you're better off buying something from a mechanic who cares about what he does. And there's a lot of them, man. You probably have just JQ whoever you found to work on your car. But making friends with car guys is worth the trouble, man. It's worth getting used to the lingo because when you know car guys as opposed to just mechanics who are trying to make a living, you get taken care of. Okay?
I have another good idea where money should go in general. How about instead of having all these research companies to make men's penises bigger and people's sex drive more than what it naturally, I mean, okay, I get it, some people do need help, I'm not downing the people that do.
Right, but 80% of the people that buy them fucking things.
We need research for MS. Okay, I have a dear friend of mine who has MS, and she gets no relief and works 2 jobs and has a family. There's plenty of cancers that need to be cured.
I met a man today. Got a 6-year-old girl named Harley. Former cystic fibrosis. Been having problems gaining weight her whole life. Please, everybody, say a prayer for this little girl.
Please.
Just picture her. There she is. Pray for her. Okay? We want her to get better. I don't even know this guy, but we want her to get better.
You know, and we've come a long way in the past 20 years in our AIDS research. But in my opinion, we could be a lot further along than what we are if there was just funding for it. And that's another subject that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, and a fine example of how Christians failed themselves and failed everybody else. Because the way the Pat Robertsons of the world reacted to the AIDS epidemic is deplorable, inexcusable, and unforgivable. It's a weapon. Ding, 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 ding. Random text message just went off. Because I don't have a thunderstorm right now. But I guarantee if I would have just said that during one, it would have struck. Have you ever seen the molecular structure of a virus? What about that looks natural to you? You arrogant human. You think you were the first beings to invent things? You got a lot of catching up to do just before you can even understand the world you're unaware of. I can't even stand to think about how many people dared mock somebody for, and often just presumed sexual preference. People be thinking, oh, he's just dying because he's a gay. And a lot of the times, guess what? Your friend or relative died and they weren't even gay. Pathetic. Judge not, lest you be judged yourself.
Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
We've uh, we've both lost people close to us due to things that are normally just mocked by the so-called Christians. And I want to say in this country, but I understand now that's not a phrase that is native to logic. That is a phrase that has been programmed. It is the result of an objective that was victorious. Our minds have been seized. Okay? They infiltrated Christianity itself and turned us against those which we were swore to protect. America was founded in the tradition of the hospitalia. We take care of our own, and we take care of anyone else who needs taken care of.
Speaking of which, congratulations to New Orleans for becoming the first city to take care of all of its veteran homeless people.
Really?
The very first city to not have a single homeless veteran. New Orleans, congratulations. My home.
My home, too.
Now, if the rest of the country would follow suit, we'd be doing a lot better.
I tell you what, man, we've been lied to for 30 years. We've been lying to ourselves for 30 years. Okay? And anybody who has ever uttered the phrase baby killer to a U.S. veteran needs to go find one and apologize to him and tell him welcome home.
Oh, speaking of veterans, I had an interesting conversation with Pops. I think I told you about this. I have a second family that took me in about 10 years ago and made me part of their own, and I love them to death. And yes, Mama, I know you're watching, and I love you. But I had a very interesting. I was picking Jesse up for karate practice or jujitsu practice, and while he was getting ready, I was having a conversation with Pops. Now, Pops fought in Vietnam, and he doesn't very often talk at all. In fact, the family just recently found out that he went to Vietnam. But for those of you who want to sit here and argue with my husband about Russia coming to invade, let me tell you something. When a 82, I believe he is, 82-year-old man will sit there and tell you that Russia was in Vietnam and that they are coming to get us, okay, it's not crazy talk at all. Okay? And yes, I know I'm not wearing makeup and I'm this freaking close to the camera because this is serious. You got war veterans that are talking about, yes, Russia has been a part of every war.
Should I give them the list? The last video with the little Nazi recruits in fucking Donetsk.
God help us.
The guy. Go watch this video on Vice News. The guy who's the one responsible for this rally and the coordinator of all the different little squadrons of cadets, okay? He listed off the wars that he had fought in as a Soviet officer. It was Chechnya, Abkhazia, Yugoslavia, Uzbekistan, and Nicaragua.
Nicaragua?
Right.
Okay, I get the rest of them, regionally wise. I get the rest of them.
Now he's in Donetsk. And I got these fools sitting there trying to, in my comments, no offense, but I don't believe anything you say. And you should not try my patience, young pup.
And for those of you who are new to our channel, and for those of you who are interested in actually finding out what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, I suggest that you do watch Vice News. They have a lovely, very, very, very... It's got
Russian roulette.
It's got like over 100 videos already. It's called Russian Roulette. And, you know, here's the thing about Vice News. They're not biased. They don't just tell one side. They will go and talk to the people who are fighting on the Russian side, and they go and talk to the people who are fighting on the Ukrainian side. So this is the best source for unbiased news.
And if you get, not the Ukrainian side, if you get Simon Ostrowski's initial reporting, okay, go watch episode 1, Vice News Russian Roulette Dispatch 1. Watch how it starts, okay? You don't need to listen to either side. You don't need to wait before the propaganda takes effect.
Mm.
See how the shit started for yourself. See the people getting oppressed in real time.
Not to mention when you get to about the 20s or the 30s in the episode, he gets abducted by Russians.
Oh,
just
yeah.
so you know.
Oh, yeah, he gets abducted and fucking severely beaten.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, there's just over and over again. We were trying to, like, put out word and help get Simon back. We were trying to help spread information about a whole lot of different people that got captured. What was the commander's name? Yuri Vodanovich or something? This brave Ukrainian naval commander led his men out unarmed in column formation to just tell those Russians that they had no business being in sovereign Ukrainian territory. Risked his life. Just got they fired warning shots above his head. He just kept marching. Man, that man is a hero.
And he's been missing ever since.
No, he was missing
for
a while.
Okay, they found him.
And people like us made it known. Okay, you can do good with your voice. Just the more people make it known that they know about something, it affects things, especially when people of faith get together and start praying for the same thing. Okay, never underestimate the power of prayer.
Social media is good for that. Social media is harmful in a lot of ways, but you know what? It's really useful in situations such as this.
We didn't come here at this time by accident.
Nope.
So, if you don't believe in accidents, you should like this video. If you have not subscribed already,
subscribe.
Please do so. Thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you found this informative and stimulating.
And a little funny.
And if you're gonna spew in your toilet. That's all I got. Yeah. Good night.
Peace, fleece, and chicken grease.